Well, the time is just gone 5:31 p.m. as we head towards the time of iftar in Johannesburg in just under half an hour from now, and today being the 25th of Ramadan. And we continue making dua that Allah grant us the ability to enjoy the blessings of this beautiful month of Ramadan. And as we have been doing throughout the entire month of Ramadan, at this time, we bring you the humanitarian segments and we acknowledge and at the same time pay tribute to various people, individuals, organizations, alhamdulillah, who do sterling work amongst the communities and who make a difference in so many lives. And this afternoon, alhamdulillah, we are joined by the founder and the CEO at Spiritual Chords. We are talking with Sister Safeeyah Moosa, another organization, alhamdulillah, at the forefront of doing extremely wonderful work. Sister Safeeyah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I know we are heading towards the end of the month of Ramadan, but we trust and hope that you are enjoying this beautiful month.
It has been outstanding, to say the least. I'm not sure how to be grateful enough to Allah. I don't know how to be grateful enough to the community I belong to. This has been such a beautiful month. And, I can't help noticing from the beginning of Ramadan that we were in a heat wave. And then just after the first Tarawih was announced, we had rain. And I just think Allah's mercy is so much on us if we only knew how to be grateful enough and notice all this mercy that He shows us.
Yes, now I have been following your social media pages, Spiritual Chords, actually, and I've just looked at all the activity that has been taking place right from the beginning of the month of Ramadan throughout Ramadan, and as we are also heading towards the end of the month of Ramadan. I know it's been quite a busy month for you, Safeeyah, and the team at Spiritual Chords.
It has been, Alhamdulillah. Uh, I'm very proud of my team because we are as busy outside of Ramadan as we are in Ramadan because they work very hard all the time. There's a different kinds of activity, different type of busyness that happens in Ramadan. But I'm so lucky to have the most wonderful team around me. A lot has been achieved. We basically, fortuitously, about a couple of years back, when we set up a center in Norwood to do our functions there, our charity and administrative functions. A few of the lesser privileged people from the shops there that were Muslims said, "There's hardly any Muslims here. We noticed you in hijab, and we don't actually make it to any masjid to pray. Sometimes we don't even pray at all as a result." So they asked us for a place to pray. That was 2 years ago, and it was three people. It is now 150 people to 160 people on Fridays. The community has grown. We've set up the Norwood's first musalla, and we are giving iftar every night before about 50 to 100 people there. There's no choosing who is allowed to come or not, but it's mostly people who have no families, no one to go to. A lot of the people who come from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Malawi, Somalia, the ones who really have no other place to go and they don't have the vehicles to make it to any other masjid. So we have an imam, they do jamaat, we feed them iftar, and Taraweeh is also conducted there. We also did a mass iftar of 600 reverts. Well, I'd say about 60% of them were reverts, and the others were people from all over Uganda, Ethiopia, Somalia, Malawi, all over Africa. And the one thing that they said to us after Saturday night, this past Saturday, was this is they literally they said, "We lived hold you fast united to the rope of Allah," because we were all together and we recognized and met each other in this common forum where we broke fast together. We've also been doing a lot of other activities. Our feeding is the smallest part, by the way. We do that just to bring people together, to create a little bit of a family mood and make people who feel isolated or don't have enough family or are far away from family. We give them a place to go so that they feel part of the larger Ummah family. And it's been beautiful for both the people we invite and also us to share this time with them. But that is just a minor part of what we do. We've actually been working locally and internationally to create sustainable development projects. We have a tunnel farm running where we taught street people from 3 years ago when COVID was really making it difficult for people to access food. We started teaching street people and beggars to grow their own food. And we went into a very sustainable and using very organic means of growing food, so they didn't have much expense. They make their own fertilizer out of worms. They're growing crops, and the idea was feed yourself, feed your family, and as you are growing more, as you get used to the agriculture side of things, divide what's left into four parts. One quarter, go give it out to the streets where you came from. Don't forget the people that you were with before, and go and help them. One quarter then goes to the School for the Disabled in Lenasia, and that supplies their kitchen for 300 students. And we try and give them as much as we can. We grow more, they get more. And the other balance, one quarter, is to buy more seedlings, and the last quarter is for uh, the stipends that they earn. So there's a whole economy and industry happening out of this, and we're teaching people more about sustainable. We've taught beggars in Norwood to start cleaning up and earn. We've tried to encourage them to stay away from drugs and alcohol. It works with some. We're still busy working on the others. We're very, we're only there for nearly 2 years now. What else has happened is, in the process, we've created sustainable projects both locally and internationally. In Ramadan, through the help of everyone, we put up over 300 hand pumps in very underprivileged areas of Pakistan where people were affected by the floods. Since the floods, since November, we were able to house over 4,000 families. So multiply that by 8, and you'll get a rough average of how many people are now living in flood-resistant, earthquake-resistant housing that we taught them to build by themselves, and it's low cost. So for 5,500 Rand, we can give them a house. 3,500 Rand, they have an eco toilet, and they're now living in hygienic, safe housing. And we're trying to create that kind of process here in South Africa. We have started some of that here too. And so a lot of it is, I'm so grateful to Allah. We're trying to follow the Sunnah way of making a person not need you. So when someone comes to us for help, the whole aim is to say, the next time I meet you, it's because I'm no longer necessary for you. We're just meeting socially and sharing dini information. We also, run a program called Coffee with a Muslim, where people are allowed to, well, that's outside of Ramadan, obviously. People are allowed to visit us, and we'll resume that after Ramadan. And a lot of people have become shocked and marvel at the fact that, oh my gosh, we're all following the same belief. We thought you were totally different from us. So we have people from various communities, Jewish, Christian, different, the Catholic, Anglican, different types. And they're quite amazed that they say, but we're all the same. So that's been really nice, because these people are now coming back to our charity center and being volunteers to help us at our center, which is essentially run by Muslims. But we have now non-Muslims who say, but we're all the same. The whole Coffee with a Muslim exercise has made them more aware that we're actually all following the same Abrahamic religions. And that's been wonderful, because we've had a lot of people volunteering in Ramadan, who first came to the Coffee with a Muslim prior to Ramadan starting. The other thing we're doing is,
Well,
okay, sorry, go ahead.
no, carry on, continue. You carry on,
Okay,
Sophia.
so another thing we're working towards, we are going to be feeding, as we do every year for the last 3, 4 years since COVID, we share Eid with the larger community in South Africa. Okay, so over maybe between 5,500 to 6,000 people will be fed in various areas in South Africa. Mayfair alone was essentially, the reverts and the Muslims that are born Muslims, but from foreign countries. You're seeing some of them in the image right now. In Mayfair, we're going to have 3,500 people with a mass Eidgah, and we're going to give them all a snack pack, because apparently this is the first year they're going to get anything to eat. For Eid, they normally just pray the Eidgah, go home, and if they have food, they eat, and if not, it's whatever it is, the pap or whatever it is that they normally used to eating, either they have it or they don't. So we've prepared a snack pack so everybody goes home with something for Eid, and we invite Muslims and non-Muslims for the last few years that we're doing this. By the way, many communities, the Africana community, the communities in Nuclear, Westbury, El Dorado Park, Soweto, everybody now likes Meermin Akni, because that's what we serve every year for Eid. So it's become a new flavor in all these areas. And we do this to share the joy of Eid with Muslims and non-Muslims, and it's created such a beautiful camaraderie. Our whole aim is to revive the golden era, as it was in the time of Hazrat Umar, where all religions lived together under the Muslim rule, but it was the best time for each of them, because everyone was respected and everyone was made to feel part of a larger community. And so, Alhamdulillah, lots of amazing things have happened. And the best spin-off of it all, I can't, I just have to, I'm not going to give you a chance yet. As a result of that, the Musalla has outgrown itself, and we now are raising money to put the first permanent masjid at the request of the lesser privileged community of Norwood and Orange Grove and Louis Botha and Yeovil, going towards those areas where they're saying we want to change our behavior, we want to live a different life, and can we have a masjid, and can you start like classes for us to become better versions of what we're supposed to be. And that was amazing news when they're saying, when people are admitting, I'm not good enough, I want to be better than who I am. That was so wonderful. So we are now in the process of trying to raise funds for the first masjid in Norwood that will now facilitate dini sharing and an upliftment of character for all these communities who are asking for it.
Well, Sophia, at least give me an opportunity to tell you I haven't had Mehman Akhli for a very, very long time. But
Please be welcome.
yes, but just coming back, and actually, I'm actually amazed. You've said so much in the last few minutes in terms of what spiritual cause it's been about. And alhamdulillah, what I've also detected is the sincerity, the willingness of your team, the professionalism as well. And many of us, we would drive through Norwood and we wouldn't think, but there is just so much that you've said, and there's so much that you've achieved in a short space of time as well. Alhamdulillah. And we can only thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enough. And I'm sure that there is a lot that you owe to your team. I'm sure it's not a massive team, it's not a huge team, but it is a highly committed, dedicated team, Safia.
Absolutely. I actually call them my farishtas. One of them was assigned to spiritual. I was alone for 17 years. The first person that joined was assigned to me by Marhum Maulana Yunus Daya, who said, this man is very special to me, and you let him now handle the field work in the informal settlements. And because I used to do that all on my own. And he is an amazing man. His name is Abdul Haq Ismail, but he's wonderful. And since then, subsequently, that was about 2.5 years ago that he joined. We have three more core members, and that's it. We're a team of about four. Alhamdulillah. And we know that actually Allah does everything. That's why it all happens. We're just proud and humbled witnesses to Allah's rizq on everybody. We just get there to watch it happen.
Yes. Now, Sophia, just for people wanting to get in touch with you, wanting to donate, I know you've got social media pages as well, but how do people get in touch with you?
The easiest is either phone call or WhatsApp on a number. Can I share it with you?
Yes, you may. You may.
Okay, so the number is 084 512 2227. So 084 512 2227.
Yes, and I see you've got a Facebook page as well with spiritual codes as well. So, and there
Yes.
is a wealth of information on there for people wanting to know a lot more about the organization. And I'm sure through social media as well, people can get in touch with you too, Sophia.
Absolutely. Instagram and Facebook are working well right now. We had a whole crash on our website and we're rebuilding it. But inshallah, that'll be operational in no time too.
Well, Sophia, Jazakallah khairan for that, and also for taking time out on this humanitarian segment of the Iftar Drive. I see the number is coming up on screen now. 084 is the number that you can get hold of Sophia, inshallah. But Sophia, once again, Allah accept, Allah reward all your efforts and your entire team as well. And once again, I must say, highly impressed, Alhamdulillah, in terms of what you and Spiritual Codes and your team have achieved. Allah grant you the strength and the ability to continue and also take this effort to greater heights, inshallah.
Ameen. And may Allah grant you the same, my brother, because without this platform, so many people wouldn't be inspired and encouraged. So it's just an honor that I can be on the program. And may Allah bless all of you this Eid and grant that this is the best year yet for everyone.
Ameen, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Safeeyah Moosa joining us, CEO and founder of Spiritual Codes on the humanitarian segment, which brings us straight on to 14 minutes to 6. And very shortly, in the next 2 minutes or so, we will be joined by Maulana Abdul Khalik Ali for the Nasiha and the dua that will take us through to the time of iftar in Johannesburg.